to show this is what the DFCD is paying for within within the development side of this project.
The total, right? The
The
total and
350. Yeah, we understand that the total is 805, whatever the number is, but the 350 is what the DFCD is actually paying for. Therefore, the Dutch government is paying for, and we have to show that to the Dutch government.
But we put that in lump sum, or we need to separate like the before template of WF, like the one item you need to have like the consultant, the travel, and the
Yeah, but we already did that. That's already been done. We had that whole 350 set off, didn't we? It was on the IC form. The 350 was separated.
Yeah.
So that's really that's the DFCD bit, and then the rest of the bit is not DFCD, but we just show them what's going to be done, but not paid for by the Dutch government.
So could you make some like a sample? Can you show the template? Make a sample and we understand how?
Yeah, I will send you the humankind groups. Okay, the one in India, what they did, yeah, I'll do that. That's the way forward, isn't it? I'll show you an exact example. It's really quite simple, because what you have to do is you just have to split DFCD funding and other funding.
I show you the one I'm working on us, and to see, and then we request further.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll send it to you right now. Where's Marcel?
I mean that's I will show you the way we're working, and I don't know if your requirement.
You know the form I sent you, the work plan and budget form I sent you, yeah? It has to be on that.
Yeah, I knew that, but the way we do that, the first one, we do summarize the whole budget, right, of 3 provinces, and then also the FCD as well, and another Bhakti as well.
Understand?
Yeah, and we will transfer it in the work plan like this. This the work plan. But the problem of us that do we need to break down like one item for like consultant work and travel and meeting, something like that, or we just put the item. For example, like the project preparation before the bylaws, investment to rise, investment to stream, and the other like integrated run, something like that. By the way, we do.
It doesn't have to be so exact, to be quite honest. Let me send you the one I've already done, and you'll get more of a feel for what we're looking for. Yeah. Because some of this can just be condensed, you don't need to be. I mean, this is great stuff. Don't get me wrong, but it's almost too exact, Let me send this to you right now. New message. Is Fong not around? Okay. Marcel's struggling to get in. I've just sent him the link again. 1 second. See what I'll do is I'll send it to you, then I'll put it up on the screen. How's that? Marcel's having to reboot his PC, by the way. He's had more trouble with his computer than anyone I know. Right, guys, so there you go. I've just sent you a copy. And what I'm going to do now is put it on the screen so we can have a little chat about it. How's that? Okay. Can you see this? Guys, can you see this?
Yeah, but I don't see the money.
You can or can't see it?
You can go.
Sorry, okay.
Yep.
Okay. So is that everyone's okay, yeah? Right, so what we have here is this is a classic. So the one in yellow, which says at the top here we've got the 350 where I'm circling, and this is what the DFCD is paying for, and the stuff in green is what other people are paying for, partly themselves, partly there's a separate loan from someone. So you can see here it's 1.5 million euros. Okay. And this is how it works. I mean, this is not the most complicated. I mean, the work you've done is incredible, but I don't think we need it to be quite that exact. So at the top here, we've got part of design engineering, basic engineering package. E3 and Adverio are design engineering groups. So there's 110,000 going to them. It's 7% of the total financing. What is the key result? Delivering the engineering package. When do we think it's going to happen? And that is it. And what we get down here a bit further is part of preliminary climate impact analysis and preliminary ESIA. This has been added to by the words here have been added to by Avatar, just show that we actually understand exactly what was expected on from a safeguards point of view. So there was no misunderstanding. The other thing about this is it does have to be agreed by Ming Fu, because we're contracting Ming Fu. We're not contracting WWF Mekong Delta. So once this has been done and we've had a look at it and we're all quite happy how it works, Ming Fu, and because they've already agreed everything we've done, they should just turn around and say yes, because what we're doing is putting all the information on one separate form. Yeah. And the other thing is,
yeah. So you mean that no need to show the stocks, the financing stocks from info, right? Just show the in the screen you just show the total of the DFCD investment.
Yeah, the total DFCD investment here is 350. Yeah, and this is what in the yellow boxes. Yeah, the yellow cream boxes. Okay. The rest of the investment, the rest of the development phase money is literally number 5 down, okay, where we don't need to be quite so exact, but we do need to actually say this is what is going to be happening, this is what's going to be happening. You can write where the money comes from if you want. I'd suggest we leave it blank and just say it's coming from various sources. So in relationship to the spreadsheet you were putting together, this I believe is much simpler.
And the percentage that you divide the item for the total budget, right?
Yeah.
For the total 1 million.
Yeah. So it's 1.5 million euros. 110,000 is 7%.
Okay.
20,000 here is 1%. Rough. It's not 1%, but it's under 1%. But we round it up to the nearest percent. I think is the easiest way of doing it. And then once you've done it in this, I say, much more simplistic form, the other thing here is, remember the front page is the numbers that we had on the IC form, yeah. So that's just copied from there. That's who it is. It's name of project, name of initiating project is obviously Ming Fu, prepared by, I would suggest we put Ming Fu names in there. You know, milestones, this is a 350 in total, okay? In simplistic terms, this is the real work plan, and this is the example of what it's being used for. And again, it's all in a relatively simplistic way of doing things. Any questions?
With the orders, we need them in this sheet. So with the information for the first sheet. The other boxes, that means that we put on Tấn Vương and the other in one column, right?
Sorry, you keep breaking up. I'm sorry, you're breaking up there.
Back to the first sheet, intro and general information. Yeah.
Yeah. This is literally the numbers that we had on the IC form, the stage 2 form.
But in the column in the column H and I, so we put on together Tấn Vương and government side, on farmer, or we have to add more.
No,
column.
if you look at the page, we haven't got. If you look at the IC form, it's literally that.
Yep.
And if we go, if I get rid of this for 1 second, stop sharing, okay, and then if I get up.
Myself.
Oh, sorry, the computer's working again?
Yeah, sorry guys, I'm very late, but my computer was not working. I had to reboot it. Sorry.
It's okay.
Myself, we just discussing about how template of the work plan and budget and work plan.
So if we come down here, this is how we did, yeah? Right, 1 sec, I'll start sharing my screen again. Can you see that? So the form here is pretty much what you want on the front page. You can just cut and paste it quietly. It's as simple as that. Okay. No problem at all. Okay, so that's that sorted. And as I say, because we're contracting Ming Fu, once we've had a chat about it, which should be fairly straightforward, it then needs to go back to our friends at Ming Fu just to rubber stamp that bang they agree, and we can move forward there. The other thing which we also need to talk about is the TA, the stage 2 TA, which is obviously part of that is for the EPP work, and we need at some point to have the contract data sheet and the work plan for that put together, again in the same forms.
Okay, let I update the information. Should I share my screen a bit?
Yeah, sure.
Well, very briefly about that. This audit discussion last week. Now we have schedule like the progress of the activity we did within the week. Like that, the work meeting with people committee and that from through progress. Now, bench chair, we confirm us with meeting with people committee and other relevant departments of that on 16th of June.
Next week, yeah.
In next week, and the rest two provinces come in the following week, 21 to 25 June. And I suggest that the participant now the project, then the rest, Professor Sun, Dr. Tim, and Minh Phú,
sounds good.
and Tấn Vương. And also the online meeting, so we can not go physical meeting
Yeah, yeah.
COVID, and we try to make this. So that means in the 3 weeks of June, we will finish meeting with people committee and asking for cooperation and other preparation for the visit, the site for meeting with community and select a farmer and know exactly the boundaries of the site. That is very necessary for preparing for the environment protection plan. I also send the TOR that developed by Mr. Sơn and our team for Abito and all of you for comment because I think that it's a so narrow time than ocean, so we will call the consultant in the middle, like next week. We will call consultants to carry the activity of environment protection plan because we need to finish that before starting the work, like late the first week of August need to be approval of the
Yeah, well, that's why we need that TA
yeah
done, so we can get the consultant doing it. Yeah.
yeah
Sorry, Ms. Wong, going back to your slide,
yeah. Here.
can you explain again the liaison and the respective role between the people committee and the DARD? Because people committee are for each commune. Is that correct? There is a people committee
The provincial people committee, because in the field trip we just meet the people, provincial people committee of Cà Mau and another
Okay.
rest we still not meet, so that is the reason they ask for meeting with different. Yeah.
So this people committee at the level of the province
Yes.
represent the provincial authorities. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Yes, okay. So when we speak in loose terms, in the past we spoke about provincial authorities, right? Provincial government.
Yeah.
In fact, to be precise, this is the people committee of the province. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Are there other departments at the level of the province that you also need to meet?
Yes.
Mainly they will together with Department of Agriculture and Rural Development. And beside that, so they may invite, or if we request, they will invite the environmental department at the provincial level.
Okay.
Do you have any comment if you want other department participate?
Like inform from Bến Tre, they will invite investment sản xuất đầu tư and planning, provincial investment and planning and financial department. Sở Tài chính hả?
What? Okay, good. What about the water department? Are they part of the DARD?
No, that belong to the Department of Environmental and Natural Resources Department.
Okay. And I had in mind they are very important, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So are they
divide
so
into,
are they invited in the
they
in your 16th of June meeting?
Again?
Thủy lợi với bên tài nguyên nước.
Em không nghe đề cập.
Nhắc họ.
Yes, I will remind and suggest to invite that the government water management in the province of Bhutan.
Yeah, because of all the work that is needed, right, to on the site.
Good point. It's a good point. Yeah.
To replan the water system, right?
Yeah.
And I think we need their authorization to do that, right?
Yeah.
Or at least they need to be informed, right?
Yes.
Normally they will be assigned by the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development. because there are two sub departments one belong to drug and one belong to the environmental and natural resource department. The first one belong to that the irrigation department, sub department,
Okay.
and the second one is that like a water resource belong to the department of environment and natural resources. That's the sub department.
Yes, and I will continue.
Yeah. Sorry, going back to this slide. I think it's an important slide, and I have some more questions.
Yeah.
So maybe it's going to be different for each province. You know, each province will want to have slightly different
Yes.
Committees and departments invited in your meeting. But what is important is that you have all the decision makers, right? That is what is key. That all the decision makers are there on the 16th of June. So that you can move forward, because we have little time left.
Yeah.
Also, on the 16th of June, you're having Ben Trey. And
yes.
the idea for the 25th, for the following week, 21 to 25th June, is to have Kamal, right, as well?
Kamal and Chavin.
And Travin, yeah. And how is that progressing? Have they indicated that in principle it's going to be okay? You just have to finalize a date with them?
Yes, they in Chavin, the provincial people committee, they contact us and to define that with the meeting in 17, but Minh Phú has another task and they cannot join, so we move for the following week, like 21st to 25. They will set up 2 hours up one day up this week, last week for us, because they now prepare for the chair committees to join with the project.
Okay, very good. I see that Mr. Kwon is going to join as well, and I think that is very good, because again, if the
Yes.
CEO of Minfu joins this meeting,
Yes.
it is a sign of strong interest and commitment of the private sector, right? Of
Yes.
Mr. Kwon himself.
Yes, yes,
So
that is the reason we
It's great
have to
that he
wait.
can join. It's great that he wants to join those important meetings.
Yeah.
I have no more comment on this slide. Stuart, do you have any comment on this slide?
We covered it. Yeah, I'm very pleased that Mr. Kwong's going. I think that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, it is great. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we can move to the next slide. Thank you.
Yes, it's about the environment protection plans and the requirements of the local authorities. We have to conduct before starting the crop. So that means we have only nearly 1 month and 2 weeks to call the consultant and to make this approval from the province. So I think on the thing will be finished on the first week of August. That is good for us, because now I have and Mr. Sung and Mr. Tan and Duy also comment on the TORs of the APP and send to Arbitrol and other guys related to ESS. They have been to comment more on that side, because in the regulation of the Vietnam they don't require the ESS in the IPP. So need comment.
They don't require what? Sorry.
Yeah.
They don't require what do they not require?
Normally they don't require the ESF in the environment protection plan. But in our project, we need comment from Abito and
Okay.
Nicholas.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it makes absolute sense that that actually Avital and Nico are involved in that, because there needs to be coherence
Yeah.
between this work and the general ESSF work.
Yeah.
Now, tell me more about hiring that consultant. Did you already identify a consultant, and are you, next to, close to hiring this consultant?
Let's we say more about that, because I think that with that work of environmental the protection plan, many companies and consultants around the Mekong Delta, they sometimes usually to work cooperate with WF so far since 2012, and also we have in my shop. Yes,
We know some companies and advertise because we are come from the environmental science faculty of the university, and our office is location in the environmental and natural resources faculty belong to the university. We sit in there. So we know some companies who will work with that. But in my mind, we also thinking that we will hire a local consultant in the Mekong Delta because the COVID and situation as well, and they have to defend or submit and get approval from the local authority and requirement by the law of Vietnam, the EPP.
I assume that it is very important that this local consultant is already very experienced and has defended already a number of such cases, right? And that he is well connected to the local authorities in order to facilitate the approval of the local authorities. I assume you have in mind all these criteria, right? When selecting your local consultant, is that correct?
Yeah, we knew some, and while we waiting for final the few to see how we add on from the ESS, and then so we will form with the company for some company for selection.
Okay, so it seems as if there's a lot of very good qualified people who could actually do this work. So that's good news. So if that is the case, and also I know Mr. Son was saying that he knew a couple of people that he would recommend as well. So all positive. So we just got to get this work plan, budget, and contract agency sorted out for the TA side of stage 2, with money coming from WWF Netherlands, and I can go ahead and get the money. The sooner we can get that, the better. Because obviously, as we all know,
Absolutely.
we all know, time is running out. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, Stuart, you're right. How difficult is it to get this EPP consent of the local authorities? Is that hard work usually? And here, because we only have a bit more than 1 month, a month and a half, is that going to be a challenge?
No worry about that myself. It's not really challenges. Actually, the EPP is the lower level of the environmental impact assessment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's not, yeah. and the question now is must depend on how the ESF requirement.
Okay.
So it's more on our requirement than actually getting the EPP. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
just need Avatar to come back with the requirements, agree the terms
Yeah.
of reference, sort out the contract, get the person, get it done.
Yes.
Done. Okay, cool. No problem.
Okay, that's reassuring. Okay.
Yeah, definitely so.
No more comment from me on this slide. Stuart, any more
No,
comments?
no, that's good.
No.
I'm happy with that. It's much easier than I was expecting. So that's good. Nothing's easy. We know nothing's easy.
For once. For once.
For once in my life, yeah.
Okay, that we go with the work plan to prepare for the before the group. We have
Yeah.
plenty activities, so we divide in week so that we can chase and follow. So this is the progress that the
Yeah.
first one we said in the letter already done, and we also have the working with the staff of Minpo and still not work with Miss Trang and the rest and with the development the FRAP work plan for and send Miss Trang then the rest and Tân Vương and Minpo for comment, and we will finalize the work plan, not include the budget, just work plan from the rice crop and the shrimp crop. Now the progress is that we send the wrap work plan for on relevant participants to comment and finalize before we present to the people, the provincial people committees. And we plan to meeting with Minh Phú to induction about the project, the objective, and the work plan on for the new staff as as I checked with you last week, because now they still not arranged. We now agree to join the online meeting on 15th of June. One day before we present to the bench chair working the people committee.
Okay, cool. That's good. That's very
we
good.
want to finalize and agree on the content before we join the big meeting with provincial. So, and number 5, the field visit for consultation meeting with the people committee with farmers. We will agree on the technique, the improvement technique for them, and to discuss about the volunteer to join the project and the list of the farmers. But the situation here depends on the COVID situation. We cannot come to the communes, but now we will discuss with the provincial in the meeting so that we will find a solution to how to make it faster. And after that, we will
sorry, I have a question on that.
Yeah.
When you have put in blue those 3 weeks, right, where this field visit could happen, end of June and beginning of July.
Yes.
Is this? Have you already consulted with the PPC on those weeks, or is that something that you will do when you will lead the 3 provinces in week 3 and week 4?
We still not consult the province because we will do that during the meeting with them.
Okay.
And planning for that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And continuously on the documents on the site and the farmers list and the other thing we will develop and write in the document for approval from the provincial people committee before starting. That's very important is it like the license for us to conduct the project in the, especially in the new province like Benche and Chabun. Come up with how to our partner so that it's more easy than others. But we also need to put on the information in the documents and get their approval. And finally, the environment protection plan I have just present to you. Any comment on that?
That's cool. It's good to get it down. I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I think it's exactly what we needed. I had in mind also to have a detailed calendar of the including the water plans with the communes, including digging the ponds, including purchasing the equipment, training workshop with the farmers, etc. Is that going to be another table that you'll prepare?
Yes, in the
yeah.
We have also have in hand in the Excel file, but still not finished. Still not have the comment from other participants because I just signed up yesterday, and I have expectation for them will comment and send back to us on next Monday.
Okay, is this item number 2 where you say work with me, Futan Wang, Delta S, etc.?
Yeah. Yes.
To
We have the
detailed work plan. That's the detailed work plan. Yeah.
Yes. That is the whole work plan. So then would you like to show and share with among us?
You mean the work plan?
Yes, the work plan we did together to send for Nipu and other participants for comment. The one I translate last hour.
Yeah, you will share it.
Yes.
But okay, share it first and
Yes, same for us.
em share Phương.
Ủa, em kêu anh mà dễ chiếu em hả?
Dạ.
Ok. Oops. Yeah. Wait. I think. Wait a moment. Here, see. Can you see my screen now? That can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. That is the detailed work plan for 1 year. So I will go through that. That is the pilot slide I just sent you. I just share with you. And the second part, not that is not the final because we still not get feedback from other Minh Phú and the Torres and Tân Vương, but we just make it like that. Is the community meeting with the farmers. Before that, we have the preparation for the starting the crop, we have the meeting with the community, continue meeting with community to agree on the technical intervention and get them agreement on volunteer to join the project in that week. And meeting with, yeah, we go each, like how to follow easy following.
I have
Then
a
we-
question on your item 3. Select the control models for environmental monitoring, disease, sedimentation, yield of rice and shrimp. In column C, I do not see delta res in this item, but delta res is actually important because there'll be sedimentation, right? We need to get them to, to present their methodology and test kits and control process, right?
Yeah, I will add that. Select the control model to compare with our models, so that after the graph we have the comparison between two models, the new intervention and the conventional one. So that's the reason we make the select control model here.
Yeah.
And the work to continue, number 4, we cooperate with the province to work, and for the item they will invest in our model, like the sluice gate and other item we will discuss with the province to define which and when and how to cooperate and implement in the project. Do you have any question from the notes here?
Yes, I'd like to come back on item number 2,
Yeah.
which will involve the cooperatives, right? As you remember, that was one of the comments of the investment committee, the DFCD investment committee, that we needed to pay attention to strengthening the farmers cooperative.
Yeah.
And it is important indeed, because we know that the farmers community need help,
Yeah.
and they need to be capable of handling well the projects. So, do you have any dedicated meeting that you want to have with the farmers cooperative?
Yes, we have one part like for cooperative.
We have several one.
In capacity building.
Okay, that's excellent. That's very good. Excellent. Yeah.
The cooperatives are going to get more and more important, I think. So we've got to be very, very close to them.
Yes, for that we will discuss that.
Fantastic.
We have water monitoring based committee and data collection to monitor swim rise, swim disease before we conduct the swim season, and the method to monitor the disease and the pollution in the water.
Okay, that's cool. Now, this is the project work plan, as you say. I'm assuming then that Ming Fu is doing a similar thing, and so is Deltares, and you're going to overlap them all together. Is that correct?
Not overlap.
This one, the integrated work plan. The one I put the Delta Rest and Minfu together and send for them command.
Yeah.
And they will add And yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, but yes, that this one just the final draft, but still have comment further. What the template and the part like this overall is.
So we continue with the
Again, sorry, just going on line 62.
yeah.
Again, because you're talking about water monitoring, I think it'll be important to include also delta rest into column C, right?
That's here the consultant like
Also, and that's a general remark, I don't see how you are coordinating here with the Resilient Asian Delta Initiative and with the freshwater practice. What is the plan to include Mark Gosho into all these work plan? Can you maybe create an additional column where you indicate the exact points or topics where you want to have Mark Gosho involved? You think
Yes.
that's possible?
We have park for data rest in terms of the physical resilience specifically and some other interacted with Minh Phú and Tấn Vương during training the organic and ASC standard about no yield raw water. We also had a specific park together with the delta rest in a bowl. Kéo lên này thôi.
này.
That's very good, but I
That's
think
what,
as we say, right, it's a joint initiative of food practice and water practice, and I think you need to specify of all these tasks which one freshwater practice will be specifically invited and will need to provide their input and their comments and their on the specific task, right? So I think to facilitate communication and seamless cooperation between the two practices, it would be really, I would really suggest to specify for each of the tasks when you expect the freshwater practice to be involved.
So myself for freshwater, actually we put the same family WWF in responsibility, and it's beautiful set that when we finalize the work plan with the Minh Phú and the rest. And of course, we will share the last version to the honor participant, including your team and even with the Mark Giot in the final comment and any leverage he would like to put into the work plan. This is not like the 100% fixed work plan, but in the addition, like we put the rest right here for collect the data, and if freshwater can you leverage everything in the data rest piece or the water, they can put into the together in this work plan. And it's beautiful said that because that is just the first draft of the work plan we based on the grouping calendar of the farmer. That's the reason why we do the draft first and then final.
Yeah. Okay, understood, Zui. Just to make sure that we agree, you got to copy this you got to send a copy of this very good work to us, and you're also going to send it to Mark Gosho, right? And then you will invite Mark Gosho to comment on this work plan and to specify on which task he wants to be involved. Is that correct? Did I understand you correctly?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So when are you going to be able to do that? Can you do that today?
Actually, we plan to do after we meeting with the main food, because at the end of the day, we need like 80% agreement between food team and main food team, and then we share it for the whole team for final contribution. I just think about reduce the fluctuation comment in the first draft of the work plan.
Okay, but I think it's rather before meeting IFU that you will need to have comments from the water practice and the resilient Asian delta.
Yes.
Because it is important, and also before meeting the communes on the when you start the people committee on the 16th of June for Ventre, I think it's important that the water practice has a chance to comment on this table before you kickstart with the provincial authorities, because they may want to add points, or they may want to change points, and it's before meeting the provincial authorities and before meeting IFU that you really need to have their input there.
Yes, I expect the deadline for comment the work plan from the other participants in 14. We will get the comment on a participant, then we will send to Makiot for input and comment. Then we have the meeting with the full team on 15, so that we can finalize again. Then we be before 1 day before we send to Benche province. I think that is okay also. Or if you want us to send that person to Mark, is it also okay for me?
Yeah, please.
I think the earlier he gets a copy, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please do.
Yes.
Please do.
Okay.
Please copy us also, and explain that we've had this meeting, and that we would like to have his feedback, right?
Okay.
Very much so.
And I expect, of course, that on 90% of what is there, I expect him to agree, of course, but he may add, some interesting comments, some valuable comments also.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes. Agree.
Okay, thank you very much for this.
And that is the item of physical resonance measurement. Ms. Trang and Torres has sent us the work plan include in the IC form that before implementation, we have the item of purchasing the equipment for monitoring or measurement the sedimentation and training on that topic. And
Sorry, what are the dates for these items? Because we cannot see the dates.
we just still not meet Miss Zhang, so that we still not define the in the schedule.
Okay, so you are going to define the dates, right?
Yeah. And
but this will happen before September 21, right? Because here at the moment your dates are, because it's column R. I suppose you have.
Because that item we still not know that fiscal resident will be price growth or before the stream growth. So need try and comment on that.
Okay.
So that I can put in the calendar.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, and in the work plan of interest, they have totally 3 field survey. For monitoring and evaluation of the indicator related to the sedimentation and the training. And we have to prepare for farm design, field survey and planning for each household. when we have the participant list, we
Yeah.
will do that to to make sure we have enough information and know about the farming system of them and what needs to involve, like the price, how long the price, and other things related to the farm. Mm. And,
in line 25, when you say basic construction,
Yes.
this, I suppose, is digging, right? Digging the 2 new ponds on each plot.
Yes, it's digging or they will repair the pond before, as our suggestion, as the model.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And they repair two new items like sedimentation pond and nursery form.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I see.
That is the item they need to repair before the crop.
Yes.
And
And when do you expect this to happen? Do you have dates or at the moment, or roughly when do you think that will happen?
Before August, Mr. Tấn.
Yeah.
That's good.
Sorry, I don't hear you.
You said before August.
Yes, before August.
Em 2 nữa rồi Phương ơi.
Đâu 2 đâu, 2 1, 2 2 nè.
2 cái R cộng R cộng C thì em 2.
Hai cái này tiền. Yeah, that's the
Okay.
I had to.
Okay, I see that. What's the difference between light blue color and dark blue color?
Still not finished.
I'm just trying to grouping the work bucket according to Stewart template, but still not
Still not finished.
So sorry, so no difference between the 2 colors.
No,
yeah,
no
no,
difference.
No
This is a
difference.
draft version, so
Okay. I understood. Here I can see your dates, right?
Yeah.
In last week of July and first 3 weeks of August for preparing the nursery pond and the sedimentation pond. Is it going to be the same for each of the 3 sites? Because I had understood in earlier conversation that each province had different calendars, right, in terms of seasons, a bit different from each site to another site. So, do you think you'll have, more specific dates that are adapted to each of the 3 sites?
As I know that in Bentre a bit sooner than the 2 others, but not too much like just 1 or 2 weeks. So I will make it in detail when
Okay.
Yeah.
So about the calendar, work calendar is just different 1 week or 2 weeks, and based on the discussion with Minh Phú in advance, they will set every single provinces. They have 1 staff to support. This means that can we do parallel at the same time
Yes.
for different 3
Yes.
provinces.
Yes. Now, of course, in order to deliver the pump, the aeration machines that are in line 27, and the drainage and the pipes as well, right? You need pipes. Where do you plan on your table the material to be purchased
That
and delivered?
is
And delivered
That
to the communes, right?
this slide 77 is the prepared equipment for the nursery pond. And Minh Phú, they have the plan. We will they put question mark here to make it
Okay.
detailed.
Okay. So you will cover that point with Minh Phu when you meet them,
Yeah.
and you'll check with them when exactly they need to purchase the material, right? And what's
Yes.
their plan for purchasing the material, so that everything is ready to be
Yeah.
delivered to the cooperatives. I guess before week 4 of July, right?
Yeah. And go following like production rights compliant with organic standard. That most responsible come from Tân Vương. They will go to the field to analyze the graph of the farmer. They will prepare the corrective plans for the standard requirements and planning for training the farmers on production as organic certification. The time is in August before during the rice crop. Before and during the rice crop.
Well, we've got lots to get done before the end of August, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's a very, very busy time. Okay.
Yes, very handsome.
Yeah.
And yes, repair on the thing like platform, and they will guide the training for the farmer how to make how to produce the rice. The requirements of AC that duty of mostly come from Tân Vương, and they will monitor and measurement the indicators like the soil, the water, and other indicator and request of requirements of organic rice production.
Okay.
Yes, and
on column C, can you tell us who Nong Dan is?
Oh, right.
Sorry, who is that?
farmer cooperatives.
Oh, the farmers cooperative.
And you see HTX, this means the cooperative.
Yes, here cooperative here.
HTX also is cooperative.
Yes.
Yes.
And are those? What's the difference between Nong Dan and HTX?
Farmers is a member of cooperatives.
So farmers are okay. The members, and then okay.
Yeah.
All right. Can you just make your life easier? Research in the document, research and replace. Yeah. Everywhere you have Nong Dan
Okay.
and HTX, replace it with farmers and cooperatives. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Are there any? If you scroll down column C, are there any other names that needs to be clarified? TV is Tan Wong, of course.
Yeah.
NT is Minh Phu. Can you scroll up and down to check if all the names are?
It's
Oh,
just the
fine,
main
right.
the main parties and the Tân Vương Minh Phú cooperative, farmer, and the rest, and
Yeah.
consultants.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I
Very
will
good.
check and
Good.
Excellent. Okay.
yes, I will replace and make it clean before sending to Marcos and you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is the activity we need to list down for rice production, and the G column here is the activity of rice water brown production mixed in the rice field. So that farmer will be responsible for that with the support of Tân Vương like indicator related to organic.
All right. I see ASC standard starting, line 43. Are they going to be actually invited in the on site? And when do you plan to invite ASC on site?
ASC audit company will be invited by Minh Phú, and with the technical assistant of WWF, we don't invite the audit company ASC.
So they will normally the ASC application will be starting at the beginning of the stream group, and the technical Minh Phú will be in charge, and the rest we will support them.
Yeah.
Chị Phương, the line 58.
58.
With the audit.
Yeah, the audit
myself.
of ASC.
ASC audit.
In line
58.
58.
Down Phương ơi.
58. Nine.
Right there.
Yes.
ASC assessment.
Yep. April next year we plan on-site visits.
Okay.
April next year, so it's in a very long time.
Because you want, you know what? Because the audit, they need to the data for the one complete group, and the first group of the stream it be done at the March or April. This means after that we may to take the audit AC.
Yeah.
That they require from the ASC.
Yeah. Okay, I understand.
Makes sense.
But are we gonna make sure through Minh Phú that ASC is informed, right away about the project, and that there is perfect coordination with them, because it's absolutely key, right? It's absolutely key that they follow our project, that they have a chance to comment on the project, and that they help us to make sure that there is perfect communication and perfect organization, so that there is no bad surprise from ASC next year, because we've missed, the project is missing one of the components or something like that, right? This would be too we cannot afford to have
That'd be a killer.
any
It'd be
problem
over,
with
wouldn't it?
ASC, because it's absolutely key. Without ASC, it's the project cannot work, right? You understand my point?
Yes.
Might just be worth being on top of them a bit more. Yeah. Guys, I'm sorry, but I've got to go. And if I go, unfortunately.
It's also okay because we are now ending because
Okay,
I
that's
will
resolved.
discuss
What I'm going to do is, on Monday, we were going to switch these meetings to Mondays now. We won't do this Monday coming, obviously, and then we'll start the following Monday after that, and have every Monday after that. Okay, and
Okay.
So Stewart, one question, that is it okay for you because next week around Wednesday we can share the project for the TA.
Brilliant.
Is it okay for you?
Yeah. So that's Wednesday.
Yeah, we will base on the rapport plan and make the project for the WF in the TA,
Sounds
the
good.
total city.
Why don't we say 4 o'clock Wednesday afternoon? Should we do that?
Yeah.
4 o'clock
Okay.
Hong Kong time, that is.
3 p.m. in Vietnam time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vietnam time. Yeah, I'm available.
Is that good for everybody?
Okay, I will refine and clean the version and send for Mark Ivoshos
Chị
and us.
Phương ơi, chị Phương thứ 6 ngày 16 là họp nha chị Phương.
Bến Tre à?
Có họp không?
Có.
Họp buổi nào vậy?
Chiều.
Mấy giờ?
14 giờ tới 16 giờ.
Okay, sorry, on the Wednesday we have the meeting with the BBC of Bunche provinces.
17.
Oh, sorry.
16.
Yeah, you did mention that. Yeah. Being a bit stupid. Let's have. Does Thursday work?
20.
Thursday the 17th.
17 ok đó gì? 17.
For 30 p.m. in Vietnam is okay for you?
4:30 Vietnam.
Yeah.
It's 5:30 my time. Yeah, that should be fun.
How about you, yourself? Okay.
Yeah, fine for me as well.
Right, I will book it in right now. 17th, 5:30.
Okay, great work.
Ok.
Very impressive to see this beautiful table. It's very complete and it's a very good basis for your future discussion now with Big Fu and with the provincial authorities and with Tan Wang. So well done. Stuart, comments on your side?
I think it's going forward nicely. I think that will obviously be slightly tweaked and changed as we talk to Ming Fu and Del Taris and what have you, which is understandable. I think right now that the next focus has got to be the work plan and budget and literally doing this sort of annoying work plan work and finance work. And once that's done, we're really going places. Really going places. But
Yeah.
I think one thing that it's got to be continual is talking to Ming Fu, talking to Del Taris, talking to Professor Swan, talking to Mark Gosho. And one of the things also is going to come up with Mark is that when we do the year 2 enabling environment plus rollover of money, what percentage of his time do we need? I said keep it the same as last year. Do we need more? I mean, that's something else we got to think about. This is going to be this is a very, very important project, not just for the DFCD, but just talking to senior people in WWF. A lot of eyes are on this, so getting the best people we've got focused and involved is going to be very important going forward. So, but good, all good stuff. And we will.
And last item I had on my agenda was the press release. Are we progressing on the press release?
That is Mikey, and as and when I've got the quote from Ming Fu, I've sent it to her.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for her to come back to me. I'll write to her and see where she is.
Yeah,
she
please
was
do.
off. She was off with pneumonia though.
Yeah, I know. But I think she's back. No?
Yeah, I think she's back.
Can
No,
you
yes,
copy the Vietnamese team on your mail to Micah?
Yeah, sure. Not a problem.
Okay.
Okay. Bye
Have a
bye.
good weekend, everybody. Remember,
Thank you very much.
Hong Kong's off on Monday. Remember, so you all know. I'm actually not going to be around. So, but if you want to get hold of me, no doubt you can. Right?
Yeah, except on Monday, right?
I'll be all right on Monday. Don't worry. I don't do holidays. I'm not allowed holidays.
Okay, good work.
Okay, thank
Many
you.
thanks.
See you
Bye.
soon. Ta-da. Bye.
Bye bye.
Good holiday.